Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Mess. So, taking out a fun, exciting, and hopefully weird episode for you guys today, because I am playing Everyone's Gone by Tweed. It is a new Super Mario World ROM hack that takes the family-friendly plumber and puts them in situations and environments you would not expect whatsoever. And if you can't tell already from the footage or from the thumbnail, this is definitely horror themed, but it has a really big puzzle bend to it that's going to absolutely break your brain in some fun ways, and I love it for that. Before we get too far involved though, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell, definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, I got a Patreon link down below as well. But right off the top, Everyone's Gone is not a Super Mario World game in the fact you're not going to be doing any complex platforming. You are, however, going to have to figure out how to traverse the world, solve puzzles, and understand what's going on here, and I absolutely love that. And even in this first room right here, you're going to be trapped until you figure out the exact puzzle onto how to get out. You saw there we took a look at the back of that note, and it had a particular word with some dashes in it, F-E-E-D. So the question is, how would you actually use that on a puzzle? Well, if we think about the fact that we're looking for a 4-digit code, we go ahead and count the letters in the alphabet for F, E, E, and D, 6554, and hit enter. I'm giving you one for free because honestly, if you can't get out of the first room, you're probably not going to have that much fun with the game. But trust me, it's going to get even more mind-bendingly difficult here. There's going to be a lot of puzzles, a lot of items you need to collect and take across the entire map, and a lot of lore and weird horror that you're not going to quite expect out of something like a Super Mario World ROM hack. Now don't get me wrong, the quote-unquote haunted Nintendo game is not a new genre whatsoever. It is definitely well-trod territory at this point in time, but Everyone's Gone does something with that formula that I think is very new, unique, and novel. I love just how puzzle-heavy this is and how the atmosphere is oppressive and only allows you to see what it thinks you need to see while obscuring everything else in front of you, because you will see here we are in this light beam, and outside of that you really can't tell what's going to be coming forward. You just kind of have to guess at it and hope for the best that you're not going to run into something that is absolutely terrifying and out to kill you. But that's the good thing in a game like Everyone's Gone, it really does build that suspension and basically make you feel like what's around the corner is absolutely something you don't want to encounter, but it also makes you realize that you have to move around and actually find things in the world, and you're going to encounter all sorts of horrors that you definitely can't avoid. And you'll see here you get a very interesting Night Watchman's report about what's happening with the princess. Poor Princess Peach always seems to kind of be the victim in these ROM hacks. Something always bad happens to her, and you basically have to figure it out. So you're going to see the number 2236 is on the wall, and that's going to be important for the future. But trust me, not really spoiling anything until very late in the video, and even then, it is still early game stuff. Because like all of these ROM hacks, especially one that is this dramatically strange, I don't really show you all of what's happening in the later areas of the game. I want you to go in with that sensation of discovery and find out exactly what's happening in the world of Everyone's Gone. Because trust me, it goes places that you do not expect whatsoever. Because I don't usually put jump scares in a video, I'll tell you right now, this cloud figure here is going to make a scary face in a few moments. So you have been warned, but trust me, it's something that really is going to scare you all that much in general. It's more when you're actually in the platforming areas in Everyone's Gone, where you're going to have some of those jump scares that are definitely going to throw you on your back heel. But that again does work. Now you will see we took one hit of damage there, but for the most part that, whatever the hell it is going to be pretty tame at the beginning of the game. There is a difficulty curve in this one, and as you go further into the ROM hack and discover more items, you're going to find out that that enemy seems to get more aggressive, but that really kind of gives you a good sensation of progression, and it does have save points as well as healing items throughout the world, kind of feeling a little bit like a Resident Evil game. Sure, that isn't a typewriter, and no, you do not need ink ribbons, but you will see here that there is a shortage of heal shrooms in this whatever universe, Mushroom Kingdom Adjacent I'm sure, and they have to find more of them, which basically tells you that health is going to be very limited in this game because there is a shortage. You have a heal button and you have that heart or pendant system at the top, and every single heal shroom will go ahead and put it all the way back to full. So you want to save them and pop them off at the last possible second. That way you can basically have as many hits from that enemy as you see. I'm not going to tell you if there's more than one enemy in the game, you'll discover that on your own, but just remember that those heal shrooms should be treated as very necessary commodities. Do not waste them just to refill one area of that pendant. Now here is a really fun thing, I'll let you read it on your own. I'll give you the first soundtrack sample as well because the music in this game is quite eerie. 45 seconds or so and I'll be right back. So it's really interesting kind of soundtrack where you have both music as well as the absence of any audio whatsoever. In some of the quote-unquote loading zones, they kind of get quiet like you were opening a door in Resident Evil. That definitely is a vibe. You'll see here that WarioWare, the manufacturing company, has produced a force field in which you need a red pass key to get through. So this game is basically going to show you items, show you areas, and explain to you that you need to go there, but that you don't have the items necessary to actually progress. And that is a really intelligent design decision, especially in something like a Super Mario World ROM hack, where it basically gives you all of the hallmarks as to what you need to do, but you can't quite do it yet. Because right there, those are blocks in a regular Mario game that you'd be able to grab and throw, but right now you don't have that ability. You have a jump, you have a grab, you have a heal, and you have an enter item button, but you do not have any of the classic moves that you would have in any sort of Mario game. You'll see here right now, floor 1 as well as basement are completely locked off. We only have access to these first 2 floors. But think about this puzzle right here. It's telling you that that code we saw on the wall, the first and the third digits are as written. The second digit is double another digit and even, and the fourth digit is not the lowest but less than the second. It is both a word and a logic puzzle at the same time, and it really is kind of fun because this is going to make you actually take out a pen and a piece of paper to figure out exactly what the code is. If we know the first and the third digit are correct and we know they are 2, 2, 3, 6 on the wall, then we know both the digit in the first place and the third place are going to be 2 and 3. But now you kind of have that logic puzzle. Double one number and another number as well. So 2, 4, 3 as well as the digit I'm putting in here would technically satisfy that logic puzzle, but it might not actually be the right solution because you could do that solution in more than one way. So you'll see here 2, 6, 3, 5 also satisfies that exact same condition, but actually gives you the red key card. And since we've already taken the elevator and seen where that red key card goes, we know exactly where to go. And if you notice, sometimes that rooms are bloodier when you go in than they were before. There is a graphical change in some of the areas, it seems, that actually demarcate some progression. Just be aware that if you do bring the key with you and you want to save on the way, any item you're carrying when you go into the save menu will be returned to where you found it from. It must be some sort of limitation in the actual Super Mario World ROM itself, because those items are not going to be persistent as you actually have them. And of course, now that monster is going to suddenly show up more because we have an item that we need, a key item, pun very much intended, and now he's not happy about the fact that we have that. So definitely be aware that when you have something that's going to help you in the progression of the game, you're definitely going to be in a situation where you have to keep your head on even that much more of a swivel. But now that we have that key card, we're able to get this key, and now we're going to be able to actually access other areas of the map, which means the second soundtrack sample with some very even more eerie music, and I'll be right back with a lot more. I mean, definitely some interesting music, but definitely some music that does not make you feel comfortable in the world where everyone's gone. But that is the point. This game is here to make you uncomfortable. It's here to mess with you, and it's here to make you solve puzzles that you're not quite sure about, because this disturbed letter here. Notice that some of the letters are high and some of the letters are low. Does that have anything to do with any of the puzzles in the game? I will leave that for you to discover. I could be giving you a hint, or I could be completely throwing you down the wrong pathway. And why does this statue's eyes light up if you actually try to interact with it? You just may never know unless you play Everyone's Gone. Trust me, this is a completely different type of experience. You're not going to be quite sure what's going on, but I absolutely love it. I'm not the biggest haunted Mario fan in the world. I know a lot of these ROM hacks that have the quote-unquote haunting in them can be a little bit cheesy, but Everyone's Gone does it tastefully. They really reinvent the wheel here, and the overall puzzles, the logic here, and all of the different areas you need to traverse and unlock to see the ending of this game are just chef's kiss good in my opinion. So definitely check this one out, and if you want to do so, I left a link in the description below to the patch so you can patch the game, because I haven't really seen many people talk about this one, and hopefully it gets more people playing it, because trust me, it is new, it's innovative, and it really does a lot with a well-trod road formula. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.